Nintendo is committed to physical game sales, which is very, I guess, refreshing to hear because the direction where video games are going right now
Yeah,
is all digital. So it's kind of
but
nice, refreshing to hear a company kind of like respecting that, you know.
yeah, Gamer Rand is reporting that Nintendo's committed. The president, this is not just anyone who said it. The president Shintaro Furukawa said that they're committed to maintaining
Shintaro
yeah.
Furukawa.
Yeah,
I
they're
said it
committed to
correctly right
physical
there.
media.
I was practicing the name because I did a
So
recording.
you practice that, but not the intro.
Yeah. I want it
uh,
to be accurate for a video, bro.
One thing Nintendo definitely gets is the importance of collectibles.
yeah,
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
collectibles means physicals, and they know this because Nintendo owns Pokemon Company.
bro.
well,
They
if you look,
haven't done discs in such a long time. Heartless. Also, think about that. They're still using cartridges, bro.
Yeah.
well, that brings up an interesting question. Is this actual? Is this good? You know, it makes me also a little scary that if they're sticking with cartridges, are their games going to stay at the same, 30 FPS or whatever they've been putting out? It's
But think,
scary, right?
but look
'Cause I
at,
was hoping for more.
but no. So I'm thinking about it from like a data standpoint. Technology has advanced to the point where I think they can maintain this and put a lot of other. I think they can still go up to like 60 FPS. I feel like they could with a cartridge. I really feel like they could.
I don't disagree. I also like, because I noticed Nintendo does this a lot. They make like licensed versions of like, the packs and stuff to carry the cartridges in. That's just
Mhm.
money for them. It
Yeah,
it just puts
but
money in their pocket. So
not
it's good.
only that, not only that. Think about a couple of years ago. You probably wouldn't have imagined playing friggin' Zelda Breath of the Wild on a cartridge.
What's the problem with the cartridge? Cartridge, like what's the
No,
Oh,
issue?
I
I
think
just
Jerem is talking about like from a data standpoint.
yeah, like we've been trying to push Nintendo to get into this HD era for a while, of like high graphical quality games. And I just wondered, is this point that they're never gonna
Yeah,
reach
it's the
that?
device. It's the device, no soul.
Yeah.
So is it the cart that holds it back in terms of technology?
Well, that's the question I'm posing. It's like, does this point towards that? Yeah, I hope not, because that's where my mind went when I first read this. I was like, does this kill all thoughts of any like God of War's
I think the cart
No,
just
quality?
it's
holds
the device. It's
information.
the device itself. It's the switch itself needs to be able to push the
Yeah,
the the
yeah.
graphical
This just holds
fidelity.
information. And
Yeah.
if that information is saying that the game is going to run off its engine at 60 frames a second, then the Switch will try to do that, if I
Mm-hmm.
believe.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, this article does also point out that they are not abandoning digital sales as well.
Yeah,
Digital
in the
sales is
waiting room,
still
no
going to be a
so.
big part
We
of what
can't
they're
go on the
doing.
waiting room with this one because of the
Oh,
thing. We
never
might
mind.
have
There's
to
no waiting
invite him.
room. Love you.
We would have to invite him, like
Yeah, they are still committed to digital sales, but they are not abandoning physical, which is cool. And as a person that's a Nintendo, they know their audience. They know they like to collect things, and like Harley said, and it's the right decision for them specifically. And Nintendo's a special beast in the game world, I think.
hmm
Hmm.
we're still figuring out the kinks for this new setup, guys. So we might not. I don't want to say we're not gonna do um. What was I gonna say? Heartless, please help me out. The waiting room, we're still gonna do
Well,
waiting room. We
we're
just
gonna
need to figure out how it would work within
yeah,
the
we'll add it to the
confines
list.
of this app.
We'll,
I said
we'll
I
add it.
mean,
confines. I
we
use
can
a
send
big
somebody
word,
the
guys.
link to this.
We'll add it
Yeah,
to
And
the
then if
we'll
they
list.
have a camera, we can even see them.
can
Yeah.
even see them. Yeah.
We'll add it to the
Get
list of
pretty.
things to figure out for sure.
hmm
Um, but
But
if
yeah,
you want to type in your comment, no so a quick summary of what you mean. Nintendo doesn't need me to be 60 FPS
I
because the
agree with
stuff
that.
they're producing is meant for the Portal, and that is, I don't disagree with that, and that's why I actually play Nintendo games, is because they are very easy on the eyes like that. You don't have a lot. You don't have to
hmm
invest. You don't have to invest a lot of quality to enjoy them. That's why I like them. But
it's
there's gonna
really
be a point where Nintendo is gonna have to go there. You know, I feel like they're kind of holding off the inevitable. Eventually,
Mhm.
they're gonna have to at some
Yeah,
point, right?
as bro, as technology moves forward, I think they are going to. The thing is, I feel like they're catering more to a portable audience than they are a home console audience. I know it's a hybrid, but that's just it's a portable game that gives you the ability to play on a TV. If you get what I'm saying, I feel
Yeah.
like that's
Well,
what it
let's
is.
let's fast
It's
forward
more of a
25
portable.
years. Let's fast forward 25 years, or maybe 15 years. When is the point where that's not enough? You know what I'm saying? Like what Harless said, like I played my platformers, I'm done with them, I'm ready to move on. Like when does the entire industry as a whole feel that, for
Mhm.
that graphical quality of game, you know?
So Reaper just hopped in, and this is what Reaper said: their portable audience was always more profitable after the Game Boy took off. So that's who they're gonna cater to.
Hmm? And I just wonder when is there going to be a point when that's no longer enough? Is what I'm saying.
I don't think it's ever gonna be that case because think about it again. Nintendo's a family console. A lot of people, and it's also you're not getting a Xbox over a Nintendo Switch. Most people have both.
Well, Nintendo's also made huge amounts of money on remaking old classic games, a
Mhm.
lot for whatever the modern hardware is. When is there going to be a point where that well runs dry? You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're not pushing the graphical quality to keep pushing, more games out at higher resolutions and stuff, when is there a point where that just is over for you? You know?
Mm.
That's I wonder. I mean, if Nintendo's smart. They know what they're doing. I'm not gonna say they're on the wrong path because they clearly are, But that's the question I have for them in the future. Is you can't just keep remaking the same games over and over and over again like that, and maintain the public graces. People don't want to buy the same game again and again and again, you know, unless if it's a huge quality improvement like Resident Evil 4 remake was,
Mhm.
something like that is what I'm saying.
One of the games that they like, I feel like Nintendo. I don't know, bro. Nintendo's not losing their fan base. I don't think they're ever gonna lose their fan base.
They have too many iconic characters.
Too many, way too many, bro. And
Well,
IP,
as
not only
they
characters, IP. Just they have too many like recognizable
it
IPs.
still
Pokemon.
points to reason, like how many times though can you resell the same experience before people are sick of it, you know?
Well, the thing is,
Think
they're
about
always
Street
selling to
Fighter 2.
kids, and
Think
that
about
and that generation is always changing every 5 years. New
That's
batch
why
of
they can
kids.
constantly make the same game over and over again. It's not for us. It's not for the guys that played them when they were kids. It's for the new generation of kids, new
Think about
generation of
Yeah,
Street Fighter
gamers.
2. Think about Street Fighter 2. So Street Fighter
Mhm.
2 was to come out again. Would people buy it? We've already rebought that game like 10 other times, you know? There's
But we
already
can't.
4 other platforms I can play it on. I
But
don't
we
need another
can't
one,
come.
you
I
know?
don't think we can compare it to this. What Nintendo does though, because
Yeah.
like I said, it's a different generation, right? They can get away with it because they're trying to appeal to a younger crowd. There's
Mhm.
always a younger crowd to appeal
it's
to
always a
with
new
Nintendo,
younger audience.
a new
I I
younger
I
audience.
don't disagree, but I just again I put that question out there is when will it not be? When will that well dry up for Nintendo if it ever does?
When we stop having babies.
Yeah. But that's a riveting question, I feel,
Mhm.
about the future of Nintendo because
Look,
I
Nintendo's game plan is brilliant. They market to 4 to 10 year olds, and then those kids build their nostalgia around Nintendo, and they grow up purchasing Nintendo products for a lifetime.
I
But
I
they're
think
still
they're
Look at us.
always
actually
marketing towards the
marketing.
kids.
I
Look at
actually
us.
think they're marketing to millennials, Heartless, because we grew up playing their games and we want to pass along those iconic characters and experiences to the next generation. So they got those people on lock. You know what I mean? They got
Mhm.
those, and that's who they're. So if as an adult, if I'm looking to buy a gaming experience for my kid, who am I gonna go to? I'm gonna go to the Nintendo line of products
Yeah, because
because
we know we can have. They can have a lot of replay, not even
This new
replayability. They have a
generation
lot
is
of
getting the kids PCs though.
and switches too. I feel like a lot of kids are getting like think about. Switch is still one of the
You,
highest
you
selling
have
It's
to
the
consoles.
highest
acknowledge,
selling
regardless,
console.
PC is
Yeah,
not entry level gaming. It is not entry level
it's
gaming.
not. It's definitely not.
It-
It's
It's
so,
a console
becoming
is,
more and more popular.
but it's
Believe
not
it,
it or
it
entry
not.
level
but it's
gaming though.
still not entry level. I get what
Like
Jared's saying.
there are discerning children that'll appreciate it,
Haiti
but for
says
the most
spoiled
part,
kids get PCs.
I'm
exactly.
seeing it.
Exactly.
I'm seeing it. These little kids nowadays got PCs better than mine. I'm like, what?
Because they
Yeah,
bought a
but their parents can afford to get it.
because they got a pre-built that their parents,
Mhm.
got for them. It's like, but it's still that's their foot in the door. But the maintenance going to come with that. The trying to get your games to run, all these other things that come along with it, they may not be ready for.
Optimization,
Their
all that
parents
stuff.
may not even know about it.
Right.
And
I think it's a good. It's a console is gonna always be there because it's a good introduction to the world of video games. And then, if you want to
Mhm.
pursue it, that's
People are
when
saying
you say,
PCs
you
are
know
entry
what?
level because they get them as school work machines, but that integrated Intel GPU can still run Minecraft and Roblox.
well, that's a good
Mhm.
point. That's a great point, actually. That's a
We're
great
starting to
point.
see this more and more.
That's a
Yeah,
great point. That's a great point. That's a great point.
it is. It is a very good point.
But I still stand by. I think Nintendo as a
For
whole though
sure.
is
For
still
sure.
it's much more entry
For
level
sure.
from
People
just
are
like
are
here.
always thinking, let me get that Nintendo for my kid.
Well, yeah,
Mhm.
here's a Nintendo. Stop bothering me. You know what I mean? Kind of
Right.
thing. Yeah. Because I think we all have those nostalgic memories as children with our
Bro,
Super Nintendo.
Nintendo's been the first console
GameCube.
for a lot of people, bro. A lot of generations, bro.
And I would love personally to see a franchise like, say, Metroid, for example. We were talking about them a few weeks back. Really push to like high graphic fidelity gaming. I would really, franchises like those, I would like to see really get pushed far.
Mhm.
Considering since it's in space, think about like what is it? What's that Starfield experience? But Metroid, that would be really really cool. I think that would be. I'm not saying Nintendo should do it for all their franchises, but there's certain select ones that would just be so great in high fidelity.